Many people sign up to UptimeRobot, set up a monitor for their homepage, and stop there. That's a missed opportunity because your homepage is rarely where things actually break first. Another 4 minutes, here is everything you can monitor with UptimeRobot, and more importantly, what's worth monitoring on top of just the homepage. The short answer: you can monitor most of the things that affect whether your service actually works for the people using it. Let me group them by what they protect. The customer-facing layer. This is the obvious one. Your website, the pages that matter most, login, sign up, contact, and the APIs behind them. UptimeRobot can check that each one is reachable, that it's responding fast enough, and with API monitoring that the response contains the data your app expects, not just any old 200 OK. And it's worth saying APIs aren't only your own. Most modern apps depend on third-party APIs. Stripe for payment, Google APIs for maps and auth, your SSO provider, your emails and sending service. If any of those break, your product breaks with them, but you find out first from a customer instead from the actual outage. API monitoring catches dependency failures the same ways it catches your own. One growing use case worth a mention: AI APIs. Teams that depend on OpenAI, Anthropic, or other model providers are using API monitoring to check that responses are still well-formed, that costs and trade limits aren't drifting, and that the model is actually producing usable output, not just the endpoint returns a 200. And because most teams now run with a backup provider configured, catching degradation early is what it triggers that failure's over. If one provider drops the ball, another can step in, but only if it gets spotted first. The "is this thing working as expected" layer. 2 checks that go a level deeper. First, keyword monitor watches for specific text on a page, useful when you want to know if something text-based has changed, your out-of-stock banner appeared, or your error page is being shown to users instead of your homepage. Second, port monitoring covers the infrastructure services your website relies on: SMTP, SSH, FTP, DNS, databases, custom TCP services. If your mail server stops accepting connections, port monitoring catches it before customer support tickets start arriving. UDP services count too. VPNs, streaming services, online games, anything running over UTP gets the same kind of check. The silent failures. The most demanding outages are the quiet ones. Cron job monitoring tells you when a scheduled task stops running, when your nightly backup quietly fails, or your billing job doesn't fire on the first of the month. SSL and domain monitoring warns you weeks before a certificate or a domain expires, so neither one overtakes your site offline by surprise. And DNS monitoring catches changes you didn't make, which is sometimes the first sign of a misconfiguration or something worse. These are the categories most teams forget to set up, and they are often the ones that hurt the most when they break. And one more for changes you didn't make. Website change detection is a slightly different angle on monitoring. Instead of "is this page up?", it answers "did anything important change?", useful for tracking competitor pricing, watching for new job opening at careers page, monitoring drag or pattern databases for new entries, or just confirming that your own site looks how it's supposed to. It's currently a free tool, but it's coming on its own monitoring type soon, worth knowing about. And the layer that sits across all of it. Every monitor runs from multiple global regions and track response time alongside availability. So you don't just know whether the site is up, you know if it's slow and where. Your site might be fine from your office and dying in Asia, and that's exactly the kind of partial failure that's hardest to detect any other way. So the takeaway is, don't just monitor the homepage, monitor the login page, a specific flow, the APIs, the schedule, scheduled jobs, the certificates, the domain. The free plan gives you 50 monitors. That's enough to cover a real service area for most teams, not just one URL. If you want to try it, UptimeRobot link is in the description, and along it you will find links to other helpful videos like monitoring a website, an SSL, or setting up a status page. Thanks for watching and happy monitoring!